All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 87 was being brought to you by Urban One. 2022 is here, and we are officially primary season. Get answers to the questions that you have about registering to vote. Vote in elections by logging on to onevote2022.com. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look this morning at your front page news. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that sanctions imposed by the West were the same thing as declaring, quote, war. Russia continues to advance in its control over Ukraine's cities and more of the country's nuclear power plants. They're also shelling protected routes that were set up to allow Ukrainians to leave, targeting humanitarian efforts and taking women and children hostage. Meanwhile, the leader of China held a speech in which he upheld China's relationship with Russia. The price of oil spiked by more than $12 a barrel, driving the cost of gas in the U.S. up to over $4 a gallon. We will have political commentator Bakari Sellies on the show later on this morning at 8:22 Eastern, 7:22 Central to break all of this down for us. Now, in other news, residents of more than 1,000 homes in Bay County, Florida, were forced to evacuate yesterday due to wildfires in the Florida Panhandle. And Vice President Kamala Harris was in Selma, Alabama yesterday to mark the anniversary of Bloody Sunday, March 7th, 1965, when state troopers beat and tear gassed black voting rights marchers as they walked over the Edmund Pettus Bridge. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock T, our sports genius. What's going on?
Well, let's start off talking about the WNBA star Brittney Griner. She's a member of the Phoenix Mercury Sun. She's being detained in Russia. Custom officials said that they found pretty much cannabis oil in her luggage at the airport near Moscow in February. So that means she's been detained since February. It's almost about a month right about now, man. So she was playing overseas in Russia. A lot of WNBA players play overseas right before the WNBA season starts here in the next couple of months or whatever. So I'll keep you posted on that story. In the meantime, the SEC women's basketball tournament was off the chain this weekend. Unranked Kentucky upset number one ranked South Carolina to win the SEC title. Now, look, winning this tournament was the only way that Kentucky could get into March Madness.
Man.
Let me tell you something, man. Shout out to senior Ryan Howard, who's going to be one of the top 3 picks in the WNBA draft. Shout out to her head coach, Kyra Elsie. She's been through, man, they've been so up and down, so many just adversities going on throughout the season. If you follow women's basketball, you already know the story of the Kentucky Wildcats.
So South Carolina already, they out?
No, they get an automatic
okay.
bid. They get an automatic bid, but Kentucky needed to win to get in.
Right.
Does that make sense? So
yeah, I got you.
So it's going to be exciting. So get ready.
All
March
right.
Madness is about to be bananas, not only in the men's, but also in women's basketball. So I'm excited, man. It is what it is, pimping. Gary with the T, what's up there?
All right, y'all. They're saying it beat your own kids. Why am I saying that? Gabrielle Union and her beautiful husband, Dwayne Wade's little daughter, Miss Kavia, people are saying, was she being grown or was she just being a kid and just saying how she felt? Recently, Gabrielle and her daughter were doing like a little podcast and whatever, and little Kavia put her hand over her mouth and was telling her mama that her breath stinks. And some people are saying that kids say the darn stinks, but then some people are saying, can't she do that though? Because, I remember as a kid.
A little bit of garlic, Gary, just a little garlic.
Yeah, but Ricky, can you say that? Can a kid say that to their mama?
Yeah. They say it to Santa Claus all the time.
Absolutely.
That's why they keep a little thing of mints when you go to the mall, sit on Santa Claus lap for Christmas, because them little 3-year-olds be weighing his ass out. They let him know.
But they saying, honey, Miss Carver told her mama, ooh, your breath, honey. And so Gabrielle, she took it lightly and smiled about it and stuff. But, some people saying that's too grown. She shouldn't say that to her mom. And then that was embarrassing on.
Yeah, she should, because it's not hating. Let her know your mom need a mint when she won't be in nobody else's face with it.
True. So it was interesting. It was a cute little thing, So congratulations, little Carver. Tell her mama you got halitosis. All right, the Kahlua today,
you
honey.
better brush your teeth before you get in these 3-year-olds' face, because they're going to keep it 100.
Yes, honey, and she definitely did that. The Kahlua today is one of my favorite Kahluas. My Kahlua today, y'all, is Aztec Sky. On the high end, you say Aztec Sky, and on the low end, you say beautiful sky blue. That's your Kahlua for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Oh, it's
Coming
too
up
early.
next in the hot spot, somebody got threatened before the halftime show, and I'm gonna tell you who it was. All about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rick's About the Morning Show. 8:29 before the top of the hour, y'all. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Snoop Dogg recently revealed that Jay-Z threatened to end his NFL deal unless Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, etc. performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, during the interview with Tidal, Snoop said, "We love each other, like not secretly, like publicly. We love each other. It is what it is." So it's like for him to go to bat for us and tell the NFL, F that, they perform or I quit. That was the most gangster thing out of everything. The NFL was concerned about Snoop's onstage attire, but Jay-Z told him not to worry. Snoop said, then with the attire and kneeling and all this, you can't wear your colors. Jay-Z hit me like, wear what the hell you want to wear. Peace to the gods. Snoop said that he and Jay performed after the performance, saying, then he came down. As soon as he came in, he hugged me. We hugged each other tight as if we won a championship. Like,
right.
You know, when you're genuinely happy for each other. So that is dope. That gave me goosebumps that he went to bat for them in order for them to perform. He had to say he was going to quit because they wasn't trying to let no rappers perform in that thing like that. Not Snoop and Dre. So that
right.
is what's up. I love that. Jay-Z doing his thing, man. He repping for the culture and holding us down. All right, y'all, let me see. Oh, man, it's bad news. Y'all remember Buffalo Bud and Bookman from Good Times?
Yeah.
He passed away, y'all. Good Times actor Johnny Brown, who played the famous character Bookman, he passed away at 84. His daughter Sharon Catherine Brown took to Instagram to share the news of his passing. She said, our family is devastated, beyond heartbroken. We respectfully ask for privacy at this time because we need a minute to process the unthinkable. Sharon revealed that Johnny went into cardiac arrest and collapsed after his pacemaker checked out by his doctor in L.A. His official cause of death has not been reported. So prayers and condolences to his family. I mean, 84. That's a good run.
Yeah, he lived.
That's a good. He did a pretty good long life. All right. Last but not least, y'all, Cardi B has filed documents in federal court demanding a permanent injunction against Tasha K, saying that the vlogger has continued to spread lies about her. According to TMZ, Cardi claimed that Tasha K said back in August, even if they did sue, I ain't got $1 to my name. What are you going to get? And there's bankruptcy. Tasha also reportedly said, I'm going to pull a 50 cent on that chick, referencing 50's 2015 bankruptcy. Cardi also accused Tasha of fraudulently moving assets to make it harder to collect the million she's owed. She points to a recent YouTube video Tasha made where she said, let me tell you how this was a blessing, though, because can't nobody else sue me. Even if they do, I ain't got no money. We've got estate lawyers. I ain't got nothing in my name, lady. Cardi's asking for an injunction to stop Tasha from saying any defamatory statements now and in the future, and to force her to delete all post videos containing lies. Oh, Lord, that is so aggravating. My goodness, people don't have nothing else to do, Lord.
Yeah, well, you could just do reporting, and out here slandering and just getting rich off of just evil stuff and doing that other stuff. Like, and I'm sure I don't understand it.
She seems obsessed with Cardi B.
Man.
Hell, she must be obsessed with Brad too. Some of the stuff she just recently said, it's crazy.
All this stuff, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing about it is, man, you got to watch it because, see, you know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going. You don't know who you're gonna need while you out here doing stuff, man, and making a living. Saying mean things and being mean to other people. They're just not the way to live, period. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to answer to God for all of that kind of stuff. But, get down here, we get a little arrogant, we get a little money, and we forget about God and forget about some of the basic general stuff and the things that really, really matter. And
how
stuff.
You got to where you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but God sit high and look low. He knows. Yeah, he knows. So it's
That's
all
why I
it's
just
all
try
good.
not to even. I don't entertain it. I don't pay attention to it. I just look at them people like misery love company, and they miserable, and I'm happy, and they mad, and the devil
Right.
mad, and everybody mad because I'm happy and over here glowing, securing the bag, and doing everything that I do, happy and in love and happily married. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got Rock T's joke of the day. Lord, is it gonna be funny, Rock T?
Why do you have to ask that every week, Brickety?
Because it ain't never funny. In the meantime, in between time, y'all hit us up with them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. Time now is 23 minutes before the top of the hour. Ooh, it's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen. It is about that time for Rock T's joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. All right, Rocky, it's got to be funny now. Come on.
Did y'all hear about the kidnapping at the school?
What happened?
Everything cool now. He woke up.
Oh, Rock.
Oh. Hey, Rock.
Yeah, dog.
Did you hear about the gay midget?
No.
He came out the cabinet. Put both of them together. Yeah, we'll rock with both of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. The gay man, the regular side come out the closet, but this one came out the cabinet.
He had all weekend, Rock.
Man, didn't nobody hear about that kidnapping at the school. But he cool now because he woke up.
He woke up. Hey, Rock.
Yeah, man.
Man. Hey, you know my cousin had a stroke.
What happened?
Oh, man, his left eye messed up. His left arm messed up and his left leg mixed up. But he all right now.
Oh, Ricky.
Just
got it.
You get it, Gary?
Yeah, I get it now.
He all right now.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
I can go all day. Hey, Rock.
Yes, sir.
I got all day. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Come on, you lucky the music started.
All right, y'all. We got Dr. M.J. Colley up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Dr. Colley, good morning.
Morning, Rickey Smiley, and happy Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, my friend.
Man, I had a great weekend. Perfect weekend. How was yours?
Wonderful as well. It was COVID-free, and that's where we're going today. The city of New York, trying to live with this pandemic now, is set to drop several safety protocols today, including a school mandate and vaccination requirements for businesses. So the restaurants in New York City will no longer ask for proof of vaccination before entering. However, there are other public businesses like the plays on Broadway that are keeping the mask and vaccine requirements in place at least until the end of March. And I think that's a more appropriate time. By the end of March would probably be good for us. You also will still need to wear a mask on mass transit, so when you're riding the train or when you go to the doctor's office. Kids in school, however, can go maskless if they choose to do so. So even at that level, with some of the mandates lifted, the city is still recommending that you wear your mask for public indoor spaces, especially with a large crowd. So that's going to, again, set the stage for us living with this pandemic and getting back to our normal as best we can. So this is in line, Ricky, with the president's plan called Test to Treat. In this program, the president announced this last week as part of his State of the Union address. The one-stop approach has been hailed as a potential breakthrough for doctors who say it will make it easier for people to be treated for severe disease and get life-saving drugs quickly. So that means you go to the drugstore, you get tested, and if you test positive, they will immediately give you a free, you heard me, free course of antiviral medicine. So your test is free and your treatment is free. And the pills have been shown to decrease hospitalizations and death by 90%. So that would be a good way of, quote, going, yes, that's a good way of us going back to our new normal. Test to treat, you get, and that makes common sense because just testing people doesn't do anything. Okay, right. So let's go to the calls, Ricky.
All right, but Dr. Colley, I have a question. Do you think that this whole pandemic is going down? Do you think do you think this thing is going to wrap up?
Yeah, I think it's going to wrap up. I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think we will have seasonal, parts when it comes back, like the flu. But I think we'll be able to deal with it now, particularly if whatever variants come out are milder, even though regardless of how infectious they are, if they're not killing people and hospitalizing people. So with this test and treat program, that's going to be a major influence in this, because most people aren't hospitalized to day 4 or 5, and that's when they ended up, on ventilators, etc. But now, with this test and treat, 90% going. Okay, these are the opinions of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast or its production crew.
Hold it!
He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T.
It's Gary, baby.
Y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, Gary has a tea and the color of the day with a hook.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Fans are reacting, y'all. They're talking about 50 Cent, y'all, after he proposes, honey, to get Monique, y'all, back on the top. Now, they're saying, y'all, that rapper 50 Cent took to his Instagram recently to sing the praises of Oscar-winning actress and comedian, y'all, Monique, y'all, after he saw her perform. Now, he said, y'all, that she had his butt in stitches, y'all. Now, he posted a picture of the actress on Instagram with a caption, noted, y'all, he had seen Monique's comedy show recently, and he said it had him, like I said, in stitches. But, now he said, quote, I went to see y'all at the Real Mo Worldwide stand-up show, honey, recently. And he said it was so good. He said she had my butt in a trance. He said you got to go check her out. He said it was amazing. So a lot of fans were on the cosign and said, y'all give Monique her props, honey, give her flowers now. Some people said bring her on something, y'all. And
one
he
of
said,
the funniest.
Yes, honey. He said they said she deserves all her flowers, said one fan, y'all. So he said what am I hearing is that you need to call the Real Mo World to be in a Power 9 153. Or whatever number, that he's up to, whatever. But they're saying that he definitely said that Monique needs to definitely be back, y'all. He said because she is amazing. Although the stuff that, she went through, whatever. He said she is definitely the best. And Ricky, you said she's definitely one of the funniest.
Oh, yeah. More classy, more sassy. Monique got some funny material, and she keep it real. She's really sweet. She love her fans. And it's just a pleasure to have been knowing her 30 years. 30. Yeah.
So they need to bring her back. But I'm sure that 50 is probably going to work on something, y'all, to definitely get her back. He said because she definitely needs to be back on the top, y'all.
And it's crazy because Earthquake just had a special. And I remember me, Monique, and Earthquake split $250, went to Crystal's and got some hamburgers and went back to Earthquake apartment to play Nintendo after a small little comedy show. Yeah. We split $250. I'll never forget it.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Earthquake drove that white. What he had, especially that white Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah, the Jetta. Yeah.
With the little double windshield.
Yes, sir. That little double windshield, that little double sunroof, the little pop top sunroof.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. She deserves everything she get, Gary. Real talk.
So we're going to follow that story. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Russell Wilson, honey, is speaking out. A lot of people saying, Sarah, girl, don't be crazy. Russell Wilson said, y'all, that he definitely, honey, wants his beautiful wife, honey, Miss Sarah, to have more babies. Now, she recently guest hosted the Ellen DeGeneres show, y'all, and they're saying that the Seattle Seahawks quarterback surprised his wife, y'all, and she was blushing and carrying on. He gave her a beautiful big bouquet of roses, and he dropped to his knees, and he said, quote, I have a question for you. He said, this is a serious question. He said, can we have more babies? And now the couple tied the knot, y'all, back in July 2016. They already married to 19-year-old Wynn Harrison and their daughter, little Sienna Princess, and to 7-year-old Fugitive Harris. Now, Sierra said, y'all, she just, he said, just give me one more. And she said, well, we could definitely can. She said, but honey, we've got a little time before we get there. Some people saying, Sarah, don't be stupid, girl. Don't be having no more babies, because when men usually want you to have more babies, they kind of feeling insecure and they want you to be fat and stuff, honey, and then have all them babies at the house. Nobody ain't gonna look at you.
You got to lock them in. That's when you lock them in. Yeah, they make a good ass pot roast. Good ass pot roast with them little carrots and potatoes on the side.
Come on,
yeah. Yeah, that's when he's trying to lock in.
Oh my God! Even you have 3 children.
Locked in. They already married. He ain't trying to. Come on now, he love her. He ain't trying to do that. I can understand why people want more kids, but they ain't got nothing to do with locking Sierra in, because she gonna be fly pregnant or not. No, she still fly when she pregnant. You can't do that. That don't
Fall
matter.
asleep in it.
That don't matter, because as soon as she drop that baby, she get right back right. Don't do that.
Fall asleep in it. Lock her in. I don't care how much weight you gain. You mind, you going nowhere.
You try. She gonna be all right every time. She do.
Pass me them greens.
She gotta say, greens is healthy for you. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Tell him, Brett.
Yeah.
Baby Sierra, don't girl, because they leave you.
Sierra ain't worried about none of y'all, child. She happily ever after.
You let me get a hold of one of them twins from Baby Housewives, I promise you.
She definitely ain't worried about that.
Yeah, but we gonna follow that story. See Sierra have some more children, because I don't know, girl. Honey, having all them babies, honey, then he be out there playing football and them little cheerleaders be cheering, honey.
That's why
You're gonna be right there.
Exactly.
What'd you say, Ricky?
He ain't thinking about them little cheerleaders getting
Sierra
$200
finer
a
than
game.
all of them cheerleaders.
He ain't thinking about none of that. That's what we saying. He good.
Well, we gonna see, honey. Why he begging for more babies, honey?
Because he might want some more kids. What's wrong with that?
The boys in love.
My goodness.
The house, Gary.
Put a sock on it, Jumpy.
Suck it, Jumpy. The boys in love.
Okay, then, I love that. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Aztec Sky. On the high end, you say Aztec Sky, and on the low end, you say Beautiful Sky Blue. That's your color for today.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Yeah!
What have you done for me lately? He woke me up this morning, started me on my way. That's what he did, Janie.
Yeah!
And then if he do it for me, he'll do it for you.
Oh, yeah!
I will be speaking at the Mount Beulah Missionary Baptist Church. Will be the guest speaker for Women's Day. I won't be doing church announcement. Jane, I think I got the call to preach. I'm not sure yet. I'm just waiting to make sure that it was really Jesus that called me. Hear our church announcement this morning, govern yourself. Now, tryouts for the blind praise team will be canceled after Deacon White got a tooth knocked out by Brother Dixon, almost lost an eye, after two of the dancers bumped into each other real hard and got mad and started sword fighting with them canes. So we don't know if that's going to work. So again, tryouts for the blind praise team. The praise dance team has been canceled. Two of them got to fighting after bumping into each other. Now you know Rhonda Mills.
Yeah.
And her husband Tim welcomed a new baby boy on yesterday. Y'all give him a round of applause, church.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he was 8 pounds and healthy, but came out and can already talk. And Rhonda and Tim, they both passed out when the baby came out and looked at the doctor and said, "Damn, player, can a brother get a white?" They're gonna be on Don Lemon's show Friday night. Ain't that something the baby already doing interviews?
White.
He said, "Damn, can somebody wipe me off?" And they both fainted. Condolences to the Swan family who lost their grandfather, Willie Charles. You know Willie Charles?
Yeah.
They lost him on Thursday. He was 93 and he had been suffering from breathing problems and vision problems and heart problems and liver problems and ear problems and sleeping problems and problems. But that ain't what killed him. What took him out was he had really bad gas problems and was at a Mexican restaurant eating refried beans. And Janie, they tell me he pulled it so hard in the car, he leaned into He leaned into the door while they was turning a corner and fell out and got ran over by a mail truck. Janie, don't eat no refried beans. Don't do it, Jay Brett. You gassy too. Don't eat now. What up? You gonna kill Judy. All right, Janie, I'll call you tomorrow. All right. Black Tony, what's up? Black Tony, why can't you be like Ja Lion? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, man. Hey, bro, you coming to work or not?
Good morning to you, too, sir. You supposed to say good morning. By who raised you? You supposed to say good morning. You supposed to say good morning before you don't just get on.
Bro, we said good morning. We said good morning, F. Black Tony. Black Tony. Black Tony.
Dogs or wolves or something. Huh?
Say what?
You were raised in the park or in the woods or something. You supposed to say good morning before. Good morning.
Black Tony, we said good morning at 5 a.m. when the morning show started.
Cuz, look at him. I feel like hearing your crying whine in the morning. Look, Shawty. You always asking me, is on beat up. Shawty, you got enough people there. You got a lot of people there. You got a whole basketball team now. Look. You got Brad.
Say what?
You got everybody there. You got Brad, Rocky, Gary.
So what you saying?
Judy. You got all them folks in there. Look, Shawty.
But you come up here and pick up your check, though.
I got big news. I got big news. Y'all finna be proud of me, Shawty. I ain't even say nothing about it. I tried to call you over weekend. You ain't answer the phone. I tried to tell y'all, Shawty, I got big news. Why I ain't coming to work today, because I'm too comfortable right now. I ain't sleeping on the floor at my grandma's house no more.
Where you sleeping?
I got in my new crib, Shawty.
What they got to do with you not coming to work?
Shawty, your boy got a new crib, Shawty, and I'm in it right now. Yup. Show that, Rachi.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'm in my new crib right now, but
like a real crib or a house?
Yeah, it's a crib. I got it from Babies R Us.
A baby crib?
I'm curled up in it right now.
I knew he's going somewhere with it. He a big old baby crib.
I'm so comfortable right now.
You folded up in there. That's all. You folded up in there.
Yup.
Folded up in there like a field.
I can't go to work because I'm stuck. I can't.
Hold it!
Half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 6 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea, and the clue of the day brought to you by
Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping searches for and applies available coupon codes. What's in your wallet? Savings and available coupons vary. Gary, what up, Mike?
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Surviving Washington. They're saying every man on earth, honey, was waiting for that book. Rick, I don't know if you and Rock T and Special, I'm sure y'all probably was waiting on it too. But it's being reported, y'all, that last year retired NFL player Mr. Robert Griffin III, y'all, he announced, y'all, that he was going to write his tell-all book about all the sexual harassment he endured, y'all, while playing for the Washington football team. Well, it's being reported, y'all, that RG3 has changed his mind. They're saying, y'all, that the former Washington quarterback, honey, his upcoming book, Surviving Washington, appeared to be dead in the water. Now, Eric Bickle of Sports Junkies has confirmed, y'all, that the book is no longer in the works. Gary Myers, who was slated, y'all, to co-author the book with Mr. Griffin, has moved on from the project, honey. They're saying it's definitely being confirmed. A lot of people saying why. There's some people saying, y'all, the check finally came through in the mail. There's some people saying, y'all, that, honey, all these other men that allegedly and women who probably was sexually harassing him too, honey, just begged and pleaded for him not to talk on it. And they're saying, y'all, that he may have signed his NDA and he's on his way. Y'all heard anything about that, Rock T? What you think about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's that check was cut. Some hush money was sent his way, probably, allegedly.
Wait a minute, what?
I mean, it's no secret there's been a lot of crazy stories that's been going on about the Washington football team. We're now the Washington Commanders, formerly the Redskins. A lot of internal mess been going on from the top. And a lot of players and former employees are starting to come out and talk about it. And he was one of them.
Oh, wow.
They said the men was loving him, honey. So I guess he had to stop. Tell them y'all need to stop. I'ma tell. And during that hashtag Me Too situation that came out, they said he jumped on the bandwagon. And some people saying maybe the wheel just completely fell off. But nevertheless, it's alleged that he may have gotten his check, and now him and his beautiful wife gonna live happily ever after. So congratulations at least to Mr. Griffin. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Meghan Markle, baby, her sister, her half-sister, I should say, baby, this girl is suing Meghan for defamation of character. She said because, honey, Meghan told Oprah Winfrey that she grew up poor. Now, she said this week they say Miss Samantha Markle filed court documents claiming that Meg lied to Oprah about paying her own way through school and lied about the last time that the siblings saw each other. Now, they say Samantha also accuses Meg of negatively affecting sales of her autobiography, preventing her from getting jobs and causing her emotional and mental distress. They're saying that she is seeking unspecified damages. Is it a crime to say that you grew up poor? Because don't a lot of celebrities, Ricky, a lot of y'all say y'all grew up poor. A lot of them say they grew up living in a car, living in a wagon, in a barn, and all that stuff. I mean, you can't lie no more and say you grew up poor? Is that a bad thing?
I mean, if you lose your street cred if you say that you grew up poor and you really didn't. You know what I'm saying? You got to have real street cred because see, the streets got to back you up. Like, yeah, he did come over from over here on this side of town from the project. I remember whatever he came up. We proud of him, but don't be claiming no hood because people from the hood don't appreciate it. Is that how that worked, Brett?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, that's how it worked.
Yeah. You don't claim nobody hood or claim that you grew up poor and you didn't.
You didn't. Right.
Is this the sister from the mother or from the father? Because were they raised together?
No, this is the sister from the dad. This is the white sister, and she said, honey, that Meghan lying and all kind of stuff. Now Meghan, I thought it was just one daughter with the mama, with her African American mama, but
right.
Nevertheless, it's sad. I think people. I mean, it sounds good to say you grew up poor, though, for the most part, because it looks like most of the celebrities said they grew up poor and what have you. So I don't know, but anyway. We're going to see how that turns out with Meg and her sister, honey. Because I'm not lying about me growing up poor. I didn't grow up poor, but we didn't grow up rich neither.
Yeah, but your mom and dad was in the same house.
Yep, exactly. And my mom always said we had all what we needed and a fraction of what we wanted.
Yeah, we didn't feel poor till you go back and look at it now. Like, you felt like you had everything. We was loved all the way across the board. You didn't feel poor. I didn't feel poor, but when you go back now, we be like, dang, that was so little.
I would nothing I wouldn't give to have some of them days back again because they were genuine and poor. Because no matter how much money you make and how much success you have, man, adulting brings some stuff, man, that you just almost ain't ever gonna be ready for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Give it all back.
Friends, everybody, everything was pure, clean, sacred, and genuine. And adulting is just crazy. Gary, your daddy used to take you out of school in a hearse because he worked at the funeral home, didn't he?
And he used to pick my mom up every time she had a baby. He picked her up from the hospital in a hearse.
In a hearse. And Gary, y'all weren't scared to ride in a hearse to school?
No.
What did the kids think of y'all getting out of a hearse? Y'all sat in the back where the caskets be at?
In the back. But let me tell you, I was a little embarrassed at one point because everybody's daddy worked at the refinery. And I'm like, mine worked at a damn funeral home. But then after I got older and realized, I'm glad he worked at a funeral home and not at a refinery here.
So y'all on the way to the on the way to school in a hearse, did y'all have a police escort too?
Look,
they pulled up like the monsters.
No, we had no doggone police.
Y'all didn't have to stop at no traffic light. Y'all had 2 police escorts.
Yeah, right, Mickey. I'm going to go to the color of that mess.
Gary, don't ever tell me nothing.
I sure won't, because it's amazing how you remember stuff from way back when, but you can't remember what happened to them yesterday. But you can still remember what happened when.
You're preaching.
Hell, Gary, I'm like, how you
I cannot remember a damn thing from yesterday, but you take me back 30, 40 years, bro. Yes, my long-term memory is clean and clear.
It sure damn is, then, huh? I'm like, golly, I thought he forgot.
Gary, I swear, I'm a grown-ass man and won't go near a hearse, and you went to school and what I just said, you're a real man. You're a G.
And I don't know why you don't like hers. There's nothing wrong with them, Ricky. They ain't gonna
bother
you.
I'm beautiful ass station wagon with living room curtains in it. The hell if I will. The hell if I will. When I die, put me on the back of a truck like they did DMX. Don't put me in one of them damn beautiful, creepy ass station wagons. No, sir.
It is creepy. They is
creepy as hell. That's one of the things that stopped me from power bearing. Once I get to the earth, I was like, hey, come. You can get it. I don't go near them cars. I'll run a red light. I'm scared of them damn cars. They creep me. I remember the movie The Hearse back when we was kids.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, I ain't been right since. I don't deal with them.
Aztec sky is the color on the high and sky blue on the low, and that's your color for the day.
Especially the hearse with that long ass emblem on the side.
Oh. Lord, no, Lord.
It just scary because my grandmama went to the funeral homes every Friday, man. I'm messed up to this day, man. And then I didn't find out that folk were dead until I was 7. I thought we go to the hospital, Gary, then we go to the funeral home. I said, well, maybe people at the hospital need to come to this hospital because the people at this hospital over here, they beautiful.
No,
they don't
sir.
look sick.
Maybe they cut the music off.
Gary, I need therapy.
You sure damn do. But I don't understand. There ain't nothing to be scared about, but everybody got their fears. So,
hey, dead folks won't hurt you, but they'll make you hurt yourself.
Okay.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to welcome a good friend of the show, CNN political analyst, attorney, and author of the best-selling children's book, Who Are Your People? Bakari Sellers. Good morning. Thank you for coming on, man. Hey, Bakari.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well this morning.
Man, we good. We are so happy to have you this morning because there's a lot going on. So over the weekend, the Russian military continued attacks trying to take out over Ukraine's major cities. And there's been a lot of reports that nearly 400 civilians have been killed. More than 1.5 million refugees have left Ukraine. And for those of you who's listening, who are like, I don't get it. Why should we be so concerned about what's going on? Just kind of let everybody know the threat to democracy and the impact that, this war could have here.
Well, there are a couple of reasons. If you want to know why you should care, not only are men, women, and children dying because of Vladimir Putin over in Ukraine, but you have 1.5 million refugees, which are fleeing, which are going to find their way all across the world. And if you look at the images of these refugees trying to get on trains to escape and flee Ukraine, or the images of African refugees who are being turned away from bordering countries, you understand that this is a global crisis that anybody with a heart should actually be paying attention to. But if you just sitting on your couch and you're like, I still don't care, well, then go to the gas station today and realize that the price per gallon is going to steadily rise. We get about 800,000 barrels of oil, which isn't a large amount by any stretch from Russia, but there are talks about ending those imports from Russia. And so that's going to have an impact on your gas prices and make them go even higher. So there are a lot of reasons to care. For those of you who are selfish, your pocketbooks are going to hurt. And for those of you who have a heart, just watching these images is just unbearable.
Bakari, can you explain the sanctions against Russia and what is the next step to try and stop Putin?
So look, the sanctions against Russia basically are trying to cut Russia off economically from the rest of the world. But what you're seeing is that Russia does have somewhat of a little trump card that they're playing, and I don't mean that, no pun intended by any stretch. But they are showing their relationship with China. And what you're noticing is that, for example, over the weekend, MasterCard, Visa, and American Express have all ceased operations. And the unique thing is that if you got one of those cards in Russia, you can't use them outside of Russia, and nobody who got a card will be able to use it in the country of Russia. So you're starting to see that squeeze that's coming on. But China right now is keeping Russia afloat, but I don't anticipate that being able to last long. And the number one word I want everyone who's listening to remember is oligarch. Those are the billionaire class that are in Russia, and they are getting sick and tired because their bottom line is being affected. You see their access to capital crumbling. You see people selling soccer teams. You see their yachts and jets being seized. And so I think when Vladimir Putin loses the support of all of them, then the tide will change.
Well, as Russia continues to attack Ukraine, Americans are starting to grow concerned about how involved the U.S. will get. So how concerned should we really be about a World War III happening or even a nuclear attack?
I mean, that's a tough question because I am of the belief that World War III is not going to happen, and we are not going to send troops into harm's way. I don't see any way that happens. And people say, well, why? Explain what makes you think that. Well, we're not going to institute a no-fly zone over Ukraine, which is what President Zelensky wants. And the reason we won't is because if you were, and you guys you understand this, if you're going to fly a U.S. military or any military airplane over Ukraine, you have to be willing to shoot down a Russian a Russian vehicle. And
if you do, that's war.
And if you do, that's war. And not only that, but you have to have military authorization from the United States Congress. And Americans don't have no appetite to have your sons and grandsons and nieces and nephews fighting over in Ukraine. So I don't anticipate that happening. If you bring me on in 2 or 3 weeks, that things may change, but right now I just don't see that happening.
We're speaking with CNN political analyst and attorney Bakari Sellers. Now, it's been in the news that WNBA All-Star player Brittney Griner has been detained in Russia, where she plays during the winter off-season. Reportedly, she has been held for a couple of weeks now. So what's being done to secure her release?
Man, I don't know. I can just tell you that things are really quiet on that front, which means they are working. And I want people to understand. People are like, well, why she go over there and get detained over the weekend? Well, she didn't. She's been detained now for about a month. We just found out about it. And she got detained for, I believe it's hashish oil. So it's although in Russia it carries up to 10 years. So I've reached out to everyone I can. I do know this, that people like Kathy Engelbart, who are the chairman of the WNBA, I know that Merrick Garland, who's over DOJ, I know that the Secretary of State, I mean, everybody from the highest levels of government through business are working to get Brittney Griner back home to her wife. You asking me what's going on? I don't get paid enough to have those conversations yet. I don't know. But I would ask for everybody to pray for her because I know those conditions that she's in are just deplorable.
Yeah, I really feel bad. That particular one gave me chills, and about her being black, and she went over there to play basketball, and I've been praying for her safe return, and it's just a bad situation. It gives me chills. I can't even turn the channel because it's like every single half hour something changed. Bakari, man, thank you so much for coming on with us this morning. We just really appreciate it. Let everybody know how they can follow you. Bakari_Sellers on Twitter, Bakari Sellers on IG, and just, people that just pray for peace. I know that sounds kind of infantile and juvenile, but this is when those prayers for peace really matter. All right, man. Hey, thank you so much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for attorney and political analyst Bakari Sellers, and be sure to pick up a copy of his children's book, Who Are Your People? More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up next.
To all the hard-working women and everyday super moms, we got a little something for you. It's Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
12 minutes before the top of the hour. Eva, you got a good one this week, man. Let's get it.
Yes, I do. And welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. And Rock T, I'm telling you, my friend circle is getting more and more complicated. So I hate when someone asks me to hook you up with my friend. Only because I am not responsible for anything that happens between you and my friend. And it's a really weird place to be. So I have a situation where one of my friends decided to talk to my husband's friend. Now, my husband and I did not suggest it. We did not think it was a good idea because these are two people that are going to be in our lives inevitably. So if it doesn't work out between the two of them, now everything's weird. Well, despite our suggestion, they decided to date and talk. And one person is not basically feeling the other one, but is afraid to say something because their feelings are involved. So do we as friends jump in there and say, look, y'all need to stop? just let it go and let's just go back to friends? Or do we just let the love crumble in front of us? Like, what do you do as friends? Because we love them both.
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, you gotta detect the temperature of the room. You know what I'm saying? Because if the friends are coming to you and Mike and complaining and fussing and just a whole bunch of just negative energy, then maybe you kind of step in as arbitrators or whatever, just kind of step as mediators. But if not, man, you let them just handle it out because they grown. Like, listen.
But they're making things weird. So, like, now the sun is coming back out and the temperatures are warming up. COVID numbers are going down. So we're about to start doing group things again. And there's a trip coming up, and I don't know if both of them can come to the trip.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, Eva. I mean, if it's going to be disrupting you and Mike's relationship and the friendships that you guys have with them, then that's when you got to step in and say something. If not, man, you just got to let them hash it out. That's just what I think.
Well, I have a lot of friends, a lot of female friends, and I have a lot of male friends. And my male friends always come to me, "Gary, hook me up with this." But let me tell you something about me and my friendship. And I have a friend I just recently talked to. I will introduce my friends to one another, but honey, I don't lie. I tell him, "Look, girl, he's a whore. He got whorish tendencies. This is the way he does, but he's a nice guy."
No.
Yes, ma'am, honey. And when I know one of my friends is listening now, and I have no problem. I tell them because I'm not going to sit here and get them together and not lie to them. Now, if you want to talk to him, that's up to you, but I'm letting you know this is how he is. And a couple of my friends, they've talked and they broke up, and all of us are still friends, So, but I'm going to tell you what that person is like, because I'm not going to sit there and let you get with them and then I'll tell you that person is a liar or doing all that other stuff, because that's not right.
But I feel like you shouldn't even get in it, Gary. You should introduce them. They should find out about each other, because maybe this new person might change how they normally act. So
what they said about a leopard?
I think you should give it a
Don't
shot.
Change your spots. They give it a shot, but honey,
people
but
change.
Still,
people do change.
Well, none of my friends changed, and my friends got with the other ones, and they didn't last, and they just broke up, and everybody's still happily ever after.
If I introduce somebody, it ain't my business, in my opinion, to say, hey, they did this and they did that in their past life. Like they grown. You let them handle it as adults.
No, but I'm not putting my friends in with somebody.
I said Eva.
But I'm just saying me.
I said Eva because I was saying Eva. I was talking to Eva.
And I'm talking to you.
You started yelling at me, but I said I was talking to Eva. So
but I'm talking to you.
Me because I'm talking to Eva.
Well, but I'm talking to
Eva. News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. This segment's being brought to you by Indeed. That's right. If cold winter calls have turned into warm spring leads, you need Indeed, the all-in-one platform to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that sanctions imposed by the West were the same thing as a declaration of war. Russia continues to advance in its control over the cities in Ukraine and more of its country's nuclear power plants. Russian troops are accused of attacking areas that were designated safe routes for people to leave the country. One family was killed when troops fired upon a bridge near the capital, and there are reports that women and children are being taken hostage. Meanwhile, China's leader held a speech in which he upheld China's relationship with Russia, refusing to denounce the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian officials are set to talk with Russian diplomats for the third time today. With the war disturbing energy markets, the average cost of a gallon of gas in the U.S. has topped $4. In other news, residents of more than 1,000 homes in Bay Country, Florida, were forced to evacuate yesterday due to wildfires in the Florida Panhandle, and tornadoes in Iowa killed 7 people and destroyed dozens of homes. A tornado watch is in effect today in most parts of Arkansas, in southeast Oklahoma, and southern Missouri. Last but certainly not least, yesterday, Vice President Kamala Harris called on Congress to pass federal voting rights legislation before walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, to mark the 57th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, a key moment in the civil rights movement. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, just log on to the RickeySmileyMorningshow.com. Rock Teasy, what's going down in sports?
Well, let's start off talking about WNBA star Brittney Griner being detained in Russia. Custom officials said they found hashish oil in her luggage at an airport near Moscow in February. So she allegedly has been there for the last 3 to 4 weeks detained. So y'all keep her in prayer, and hopefully we can get her back to the States, man. She was playing overseas in Russia during the off season right before the WNBA season cranks up, man. Most WNBA players do this, and they play overseas. She was out there in Russia. The SEC women's basketball tournament was off the chain over the weekend. If you guys are not watching women's basketball, you're crazy. Unranked Kentucky upset number 1 ranked South Carolina to win the SEC title. Why is this so big? Winning the tournament was the only way they would get a bid to the NCAA March Madness tournament. And yes, Kentucky did it. Shout out to senior Ryan Howard, one of the top 3 WNBA picks in the draft coming up soon. Stay tuned for that one. And congratulations to head coach Kyra Elsie, man. She's doing a phenomenal job out there. Now, yes, of course, South Carolina, they're the number 1 overall seeded team. They still will get an automatic bid to the tournament. Last but not least, Storage Wars star Renee Neshoda scored it big in his latest find. Why is this related to sports? Because he purchased Florence Griffith Joyner's, a.k.a. Flojo, old storage unit. Tons of her old memorabilia was in there, including her spikes from setting the world record. She had a bunch of jackets. She had the Flojo dolls. All of it was signed by her. And her family was actually paying her storage bill, but then stopped. Just out of nowhere, just stopped paying the bill. So, of course, Renee came in there and said, all right, I'll take care of it. So, you know, he's going to be auctioning all that stuff off and going to get a pretty big penny real soon. That's what I got for sports right now. Brad got the hot spot. Let's get it.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. This weekend at the box office, the Batman followed in Spider-Man. No Way Home's footsteps, becoming the second best opening since 2019. Now, the film marks the best opening for Warner Brothers during the pandemic, coming in at number 1 with $128 million, followed by Uncharted with $11 million, and Dog coming in at 3 with $6 million. All right, y'all. In a recent interview, Batman, Zoe Kravitz, she's in Batman. She revealed that she was turned down for the audition in 2012's The Dark Knight Rises because she was considered too urban. Now, I don't know if it came directly from Chris Nolan, but she said I think it was probably a casting director of some kind or a casting director's assistant, she told the outlet. She said, being a woman of color and an actor and being told that in time that I wasn't able to read because of the color of my skin and the word urban being thrown around like that was what was really hard about that moment, she continued. She said that her parents both dealt with being artists who didn't act or dress or look or sound the way a black person was supposed to act in terms of what white people specifically were comfortable with. They wanted to make sure I understood that despite of the color of my skin, I should be able to act or dress or do whatever it is I want to do. So congratulations to Zoe, because I heard she did a great job in this role that she just played. Let me see. So Dr. Dre's attorney, Howard King, has released a statement claiming that he still owns the Chronic, despite recent comments that Snoop Dogg made where he told Complex that he owns Dre's debut album. Now, King told Complex earlier this week in a statement, there are false reports out regarding ownership by Death Row of Dr. Dre's The Chronic Dr. Dre. He owns 100% of The Chronic. So just to be clear, he definitely owns that. And last but not least, Deadline reports that Netflix has halted its streaming service in Russia, citing the Russian invasion of Ukraine. They join a long list of companies who have discontinued business there amid the ongoing crisis. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hotspot on that note, but coming up next, we got Mark Morial, and we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it's time for the State of Black America with National Urban League President and CEO Mark Morial. Good morning, Mr. Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky, and good morning to your listening audience. The State of Black America today, we focus on a few very important issues. Over the weekend, specifically yesterday, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, was in Selma, Alabama, for the commemoration of the March on Bloody Sunday back in 1965, which led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act. Today, with democracy being under attack, yes, in Ukraine, but also right here in the United States of America, the gathering of civil rights leaders, activists, faith leaders, concerned citizens, which has taken place every year since 1965, was meant to elevate the very important issue of voting rights and democracy. We are in a fight when it comes to voting rights and democracy. I want to salute all of the hardworking civil rights lawyers who are bringing cases in state and federal courts around the nation to push back on these state laws, state racially motivated gerrymandering of legislative seat plans, and other pernicious schemes to try to stop them in their tracks. We remain in a situation where Congress has not done its job because of the obstinance of a Republican filibuster, which is aided and abetted by two Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema. So very importantly, we must continue this fight for voting rights and democracy. And Ricky, it'll be front and center on April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia, when we release the State of Black America's annual report at the Clark Atlanta University with the students of the Atlanta University Center, all of the colleges, Morehouse, Spelman, Clark Atlanta University, Morris Brown. We will be there with them to release this State of Black America report. Now also, Black America and all of America, we must support the lovely one. Who is the lovely one? Ketanji Brown Jackson. Her name means lovely one, and her parents chose it from a list sent by an aunt who was serving in the Peace Corps in West Africa in 1970. This talented, qualified, hardworking lawyer and jurist has been nominated by President Biden to become the next justice of the Louisiana of the United States Supreme Court. And I might add, 115 times have people been nominated and confirmed for the United States Supreme Court in its history, and never has there been a black woman. So this very important moment of history will be front and center in a few weeks as the United States Senate begins hearings on her confirmation. We must be vigilant. We must stand up for her. We must advocate for her confirmation. Ricky, I believe she deserves an overwhelming vote, and we will be watching to ensure that she is treated fairly, Ricky, fairly in these hearings. Because we've seen over the last year many instances where black women and other women of color have been singled out for what I believe is unfair scrutiny and excessive scrutiny and disparate scrutiny in the confirmation process. Be it as it may, Ketanji Brown is prepared. Ketanji Brown Jackson will do a great job, and we all must support her. So today, again, I want everyone to circle April 12th, 2022 for the release of the State of Black America report. And in the weeks to come, Ricky, we'll be highlighting some of the findings of that very important report. And that is this week's State of Black America. You can follow me, Mark Morial, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mark Morial. And I want to remind you, if you want to be a leader and a great leader, check out my book, The Gumbo Coalition. It's a book on leadership at bookstores and online. Check it out. Ricky, that is the State of Black America.
I absolutely love when you come on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give it up for the former New Orleans mayor and the Louisiana state senator who is currently president of the National Urban League. Lord, I would like to be like you one day. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mark Morial.
Give it up. Thank you.
Man, thank you for joining us, man, and we appreciate you for keeping us up to date with the State of Black America. God bless you, man. Have a great day.
God bless you.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.